I wanted to make one more video to close out this series about what separates wildcard teams from teams at the top of the double elimination bracket. And this isn't something that I got to talk to Felix about, mostly just because we didn't focus on drone plays that much. But this is a concept that I think is really, really, really important, and probably top three most important things that happen in wildcard games that you don't really see happen as much in really high level double elimination games. So the concept is that drones a lot of times take these inherently dangerous paths below queens and speed warriors or even vanilla warriors that will get them popped for probably essentially no reason. So the examples that I have to show probably aren't the best representation of this concept, but I really just didn't want to skim through tons of videos to find these things. So this first example, you're gonna see gold stripes walk under the queen, double back, and then get popped. So there they go under the queen once, and they double back and they get popped by this queen. So this first example is probably not the best example of a drone just taking an inherently dangerous path, but it is an example of just a drone going under a queen, not really thinking that anything's going to happen. I think a lot of times drones or players feel like they can just take any path that they want just because they feel that they're like relatively invisible to their opponent. And I think that comes from, playing a lot of trash games and stuff like that, where players are trying to pick off warriors, chase a queen and stuff like that, and then not picking up drones. But picking up drones is really, really important, especially when they just kind of cross your path and it's basically free time to kill them, right? Like if a drone just kind of walks under you as a queen or a speed warrior or a regular warrior, it really doesn't cost you much to just pick them off easily. So on the flip side of that, the reason I picked this one example is because right after that, you'll see probably the reason why drones feel that they can just take any path that they want. And it's that the flip side of it is that warriors don't pay enough attention to drones. So right after that gets picked off, what you're going to see is right now, gold has their full composition of warriors up. And those warriors are kind of clumping in the same area, kind of doing the same thing. But what you're going to see is they completely ignore the drones that are doing a very high value thing, which is they're going to go get speed. So you'll see two drones basically go to speed. The three warriors, they're kind of doing what they think that they need to do, which is shadow this warrior or whatever. But you're going to see both of these drones get speed for free. And a lot of times you don't see that in high level games, especially in a situation like this where you have your full composition of warriors up. So the first drone gets speed, second drone gets speed, and literally no attention is being paid to these drones. So you really can't blame a lot of drones at this level of gameplay for not thinking that, for just sort of walking under queens or walking under warriors, thinking that they're not going to get picked off, because a lot of times warriors aren't paying attention to drones. So here is the second example of that same concept of drones taking inherently dangerous paths that get them killed needlessly. So here we're going to start with gold abs. They just spawned and then they're going to try to go to this gate. So picking this gate to go to, is that the correct choice? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say. Maybe they're talking to their queen that the left gate is the one that they're trying to get up at. But what you're going to see is this path through the middle is probably the most unsafe that you can take, because the queen and the speed warrior is there to cover that. So this drone goes to the middle and then they just get popped. Sorry, I'm just checking the speed setting to make sure that I'm slowing down. But yeah, so that drone gets popped just by going through the middle, not really thinking that these warriors or queen are going to do anything about them taking this path. But at a high level game, you're probably not going to take this path below two enemy pieces that basically have nothing else to focus on. Now you're going to see the same thing happen two more times, right? So this speed drone and this vanilla drone are again taking the same path to left gate. And what you're going to see here is this queen is aware enough to pick off this drone before it gets into the gate, because they're taking that unsafe path. This drone ends up getting through, But again, like they probably should have gotten pop too because they're taking the same path. It's in the same path of the queen to dive through. But either way, that's now two drone deaths, but potentially three drone deaths that would have happened by taking the same path through two warriors. So another thing is that a lot of times speed drones think that they can move through the map unhindered because like nothing can really catch them. But at high level games, there's a lot of attention that's being paid to by speed drones, and even if they don't walk under a diving queen or something like that, a lot of times they'll get funneled by two pieces on the map, either a warrior and a drone, or maybe two warriors or a warrior and a queen, whatever. But even as a speed drone, don't think that you're safe just because you can run faster than the queen or horizontally or vanilla horizontally. A lot of times people are going to be looking for you. They're trying to pick you off. So that drone gets picked off. And then now a third drone comes through the middle again, and that drone is also going to get picked off. Right? So that's three drone deaths. Probably should have been four drone deaths of all four different players that do the same exact thing that gets them killed. And again, it's you may think drone death is not as important as a warrior death, but it is because it goes back to that same concept of you're losing time, you're being delayed towards the goal that you're trying to achieve. That goal either being to like run snail, run berries, or get up as warrior. And all time lost, what that translates to is the enemy team getting more of what they want, which is either berries or more of their warriors up, or maybe more snail progress. So really the concept is, as a drone, try to think of safer paths to get to your destination, and don't think that the enemy isn't looking at you and they're not trying to pop you. And on the flip side of that, as a warrior, pay more attention to drones, see what they're trying to do, delay them by killing them before they get to the thing that they want to do, which is, get speed gate, get up warrior gate, or fairy and berries. All right, that's it. Hope this series was helpful. If you have any thoughts about what you've seen here or have suggestions for other things that you'd like to see, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.